Hi, good morning, everyone. Uh, this is Architect Kirti, working as assistant professor at Geetam University, Hyderabad campus. First of all, I would like to thank DQ Labs, CII, and Dean's Academy for bringing us this platform of design hackathon where all of us could learn and explore so much more. I'm here to explain in short about what a problem is and what are the problems worth solving and how do we define it. So, what is a problem? Anything that bothers us is a problem, right? Do we have problems? Yes, all of us do have problems. And when there is a problem, there is always a solution. It's only that we just have to attend to it. But when there are so many problems, what are the problems that are worth solving? Which problem do we tend to? Which are worth solving? Yes, the first criteria in identifying a problem which is worth solving is utmost necessity. Here I refer to the time frame because some problems need immediate attention while some others can wait. Like for example, if there is a person suppose if there is a tragic accident or if there is a severe illness, all of us do know that the very first thing that we do is, yes, we do a first aid, right? So things that are important in time frame means which require immediate attention are problems that are worth solving. And serves more than one, yes. When there is a problem that has been bothering us for quite some time, there can be many other people out there which also are facing a similar kind of a problem. So when when we come up with a solution or when we address a problem that is bothering us, we can also reach out to many more people out there who are also facing a similar kind of a problem. And most crucial is in terms of the severity or the scale of the problem or the consequences that would be very severe. Like, for example, all of us have been talking about climate change, water scarcity, food scarcity, right? So these are very important. And when these kind of problems are not addressed, when they are not addressed, they can have irreversible damages and can also cause a great havoc. And pay as much to get the result. It is important, given the resources, which problems are worth solving. Like given the amount of manpower and material power and finances and intellectual resources, definitely, which problems could achieve when addressed the maximum result in the most economical or in all aspects. Economical again doesn't mean it's only finances, but in all aspects, which problems can pay much given the amount of resources, pay back in terms of solution. But there can be many problems, like I said. There can be many problems which are at most important. But which problems do we pick up? This can be the first thing I would say, am I passionate enough for this? This is a very individual question that all of us have to ask for ourselves. Because when we are passionate about something, definitely we get involved and committed in a much better way. And the solutions can also be everlasting or can be a very influential ones. And what if something was different around this topic? Yes, we need not go in the same streamline or stereotype solutions that we have already seen. We can always come up with a different solution or come up with a different perception to the same problem, right? So having a different perception to the same problem can always change about things around it. And can we have a better outcome for this? Yes, we can always make things better around us. However good the solution is, there is always a problem associated with it. And you can always try to better things for an already existing solution also. So looking in that perspective also can help us in identifying which problems are worth solving. And sometimes thinking about a larger good can also help us in understand or shortlisting a problem which is worth solving at an individual level. So, for example, when we could do it for ourselves, yes, we can also do it for others too. But the scale might be different. However, we can also do it. So, this can also be a basis on deciding which problems are worth solving. So now we know what problems are worth solving. But then how do we define a problem? And first case, do we have to define a problem? Yes. Defining a problem is to have a clear understanding of what the problem actually is about. So this is for one's understanding that we define a problem, and when we understand it, we state the problem for others to understand, right? So for others to understand the problem that we are defining, that we are attending to, is the first thing we need to do is outline the negative points of the current situation. Means we need to understand, we need to make a clear picture of what the problem is about that we are trying to talk. So we need to understand the negative points of the situation that we are addressing to. And we should also explain why it matters. This is important to specific groups or to target certain area, a certain area or situation as to what we are addressing to and why it is important. Why are we addressing that problem, right? So the core problem is what is being defined here. And we should have a very brief background of the problem so that we understand the context in what we are talking about, right? And we should also highlight the significance of the problem, the importance of why we are doing it, and what could be the benefit, what could be the possible benefit of it that could bring in a change. And it should also contain clear and accurate data to convey the severity of the problem. So here, we cannot use some loose general terms like it is good, it is bad, it is right or wrong. These are all very simple and general terms and very biased. There is no basis for it, right? So it is important that we contain some clear-cut data based on some authentic information to explain the severity of the problem. So never use any general terms like simple adjectives that we generally talk that cannot be written in a problem statement. We have to be very specific when we write those kind of terms. And framing a problem statement, we should never convey the solution. Remember, we are only stating the problem, but we haven't arrived at the solution yet. The solution could be anything, but we don't convey it in the problem statement. We only talk about the problem, its background, its severity, and why it is important, the significance of it. And last but not least, it should be clear, it should be crisp, and not too lengthy. Lengthy statements can always lose the attention of the audience or the readers. And it is important that we maintain it in a crisp and very short frame so that we don't lose the essence of the problem statement. Thank you and wish you all a very good luck.